It's Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness!
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Round 2 Showdown show here for the RBC Canadian Open here, Round 2. I got my guy Drew with me to break down Round 2 here. Interesting day here. We got some decent names up top. My guy Corey Connors is up top. You'd love to see that. We got a couple other guys, lower tier guys up there. Chesson Hadley, an RPS mainstay from back in the day. And Justin Lower and Aaron Rai up top. How'd your day go, Drew? How's your teams looking through one day? Any surprises from today that you've seen or anything like that?
No, to be honest, I didn't get to watch too much. I'm on the road down in Jupiter playing in a tournament.
Nice.
So just kind of checking out the leaderboard. I wasn't able to follow much of it. I saw a couple WDs this morning that were unexpected, but yeah, it's nice to see Corey Connors up there. I guess McElroy's still in it. Ball striking wise wasn't great, but we'll get to that. So yeah, no real surprises there. Aaron Rai, I guess, was the hot one, right? He was like +3 through a couple holes and finished -5. Pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. I was kind of worried about my guy Michael Kim there for a while too. He started out great, 2 unders through the first 2, and then went through a tough stretch there. There's a couple tough holes there on the front 9. I think he played 3 of those holes at 5 over, but he battled right back there. Interesting looking at the weather for tomorrow too. It looks like we're gonna have some weather in play tomorrow. 70% chance of rain throughout the day, and then I think we could see not terrible winds, but winds right around 15 miles an hour. It looks like at times tomorrow. I think it'll be mainly under 10, but there's some gusts showing up to 15, which isn't much to note. That the rain could be interesting, though. It looks like the rain's a couple of places I've seen have the rain starting right around like 10 a.m. or so and kind of going through the day. Still have the smoke and the haze there as well,
Yeah.
possible. But any thoughts on that weather for you with the rain probably in play tomorrow at some point or another with a pretty high chance there?
Not really for Showdown. I mean, I think it's still pretty simple. Just try to attack the AM again. But yeah, I don't think with the rain necessarily it's going to. I mean, it's not like ideal to play in the rain, to be honest. But
Yeah.
you could definitely make the argument it could soften up the golf course. If I recall correctly, I don't think a lot of thunderstorms occur in Canada with the rain. A lot of it's just rain. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't shift too much off it. Maybe you could stack, later and see what happens with the rain. But I don't really want a lot of guys playing in the rain, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting though. Just looking at the salaries and the tee times, the majority of the early guys are going out, or the majority of the top tier guys are going out in the afternoon tomorrow. All except for like Shane Lowry and Sam Burns, a couple guys from that top tier going out early tomorrow. But those guys like Rory, I think Rory goes out late. Yeah, he goes at 12:48. Hatton goes late. Rose goes late. Connors goes late. Fleetwood goes late. So there's a lot of big time names. I don't think I would really worry about the weather advantage or the tee time advantage with like the studs though. Any thoughts on that from you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure you really need a stud, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm looking through.
It looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this might just be one of those showdown slates where you just leave some salary and fade those PM studs. Yeah, I'm trying to see some correlation, and honestly, the correlation looks like short and straight is where the greens and regulation lead to, and gives the most opportunity for gaining some strokes putting. Obviously, putting looks like a pretty good determination of good scoring, but if I really boiled it down from a driving and tee to green aspect, from a simplistic standpoint, I mean, honestly, hitting the fairways over distance looks like the key. So, because this is still a new golf course, we have no idea how it's necessarily going to play. We talked about that on Tuesday's show. AP brought it up, do you think the Bombers can overpower? And really, we just don't know. And it seems like you can't. It looks like guys really they just have to play position off the tee, and they're trying to hit, 12 fairways, 12 or 14 fairways if they can, I guess, 13 fairways. So, yeah, that's kind of my thought there is leave some salary. There's no necessity really to pay up for these guys if it's not going to be a huge advantage for those guys, because those guys are the longest. I mean, Terrell Hatton, Rory. So yeah, I know a long spiel there, but I was very curious to see how the driving would work on this golf course. That kind of dictates a lot of things for Showdown. And yeah, I think driving accuracy. I think Corey Connors probably ends up winning this thing. But yeah, driving accuracy over distance for sure.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that Corey Connors wins. Just I got an outright on him, and then he was right around 10% in that 222 single entry, which was pretty tasty considering the ownership around him. So that would be a nice.
Surprising.
We can break this down, kind of going by the leaderboard. Then we'll just start with those 4 guys at -5. Then we've got Connors, Hadley, Lower, Rye. They are all going out in the afternoon, so I think you can pretty much just kind of get off of those guys. I don't see myself playing the first round leaders to begin with, and then you got guys like Lower, Rye, and Hadley at the top. So those are just easy cross-offs for me. No interest from you then, I assume, with the -5 guys?
Not really. If anything, it'd be Connors. If I had enough salary, I would just play him. I think he's still kind of the class of that range if you have the salary for him. But yeah, I haven't been playing a ton of Rye. It's nice to see him have a good round, but it looks like it could have gone south. So yeah, obviously I'll be fading that. Lauer has been $6,200 for a year, so there's a reason he's been priced down that low. Yeah, so I won't be chasing that. And then Hadley, same thing. They're just so hit or miss. I'd just rather avoid the chalk, if not even chalk. I guess just over-owned in this spot.
Yeah, for sure. There. Get into these -4 guys here. We've got some early tee times in this bunch, though, for sure. I think there's some interesting guys. I mean, there are a lot of like cheap guys, so there isn't really a big name in there, minus the Fitzpatrick, but he goes out in the afternoon, so I wasn't really on him much for the main slate, so I probably won't go back there. Mark Hubbard was a guy I was overweight on a lot. I think he might have even been in my core. He's definitely in both of my main lineups, so I don't think I'm going to go back to him either at 132 at 7,800. There's some other guys going out early, same price range I like a little bit more. So like Vincent Norman, he's 100 cheaper and he goes out in the morning. But any guys -4 range sticking out to you? SH Kim is a good showdown play. He showed it today. I've played him here and there in showdown throughout the season. He can make birdies. Today he made 5 of them. Any interest from these -4 guys from you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Hubbard would be the first click if I had enough salary to get to him. I just played him for the full week. Loved to play. Obviously played well. That's a good sign. And I think there's some room for improvement. He only hit 53% of his fairways. So if he drives a little bit better, which tends to be his strength, or can be his strength because he's not one of the longer guys, I do like Hubbard to kind of keep the pedal down a bit. Carl Yuan is interesting. I think he had like 8 birdies today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birdies today. And he gets hot at random times. He has not been really hot on the PGA Tour, but we saw this from the Korn Ferry Tour. And the dude would like make a cut and finish, top 3 and or win. And I think Carl Yuan would be a guy that I would look to kind of, probably shoot another 400 par round. SH Kim I'm totally fine with. And then Ryan Gerard is a guy that I was kind of liking earlier in the week. You don't really need it. He's fairly cheap, so you don't necessarily need to go there. But he played pretty well. 67% driving accuracy, 72% green regulation. All of these guys gain strokes putting, so it's not like you can really say any of these guys left something out there. But yeah, I think Ryan Gerard, Hubbard, SH Kim, and Carl Yuan are all worth considering. Kind of in that order, I guess, would be how I would grade it out.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Going forward into we've got a pretty big range here, -3. There's quite a few guys I have wrote down here. A lot of value guys I like for that cheap tier. If you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe. Really helps a lot. Bring that to us. We've got that promo code up top on the banner there. new promo for the summer. Summer 33 is going to get you 33% off your weekly, monthly subscriptions. And it's even going to include SaberSim, which is probably the best offer we've had yet for the SaberSim product that we offer on our website as well, which is super great for Showdown. Like, you just go in, you got SaberSim pulled up right now. It's got the player, the salary, the tee time, score, position, projections, everything all in one spot. Easy, super easy to min and max your guys there, set your exposures, run 150 or whatever you want to do there. So head on over, use that promo code SUMMER33 to get yourself 33% off as we get into the U.S. Open next week at LACC. I can't wait for that event. But we can get into these -3 guys here first. Callum Tarrant is going out super early. I think he might be the first tee time off. He was a guy I like to play early in the year. He's got some pretty elite birdie upside. He made 5 birdies today, a couple of bogeys as well. Andrew Novak's there too. He's another high upside birdie maker I like to play. He goes off at 7-11, -3 today as well. He was good across the board. Well, break even with the approach, but the short game was strong for him today. He only hit 5 of his 15 fairways, but I mean, he'll be all right. Anything here -3 for you? There's some other guys like Mac Hughes, the Canadian. He's going out early tomorrow. Harry Hall, -3. He's been playing pretty well in some events here. Taylor Pendrith, another Canadian, going out early. And then Akshay Bahia was a guy we talked up a lot on the show Tuesday as well. 7,500 for him tomorrow. Goes out at 839, 300 today as well. Anything -3 for you?
Yeah, a couple of guys that I think are worth going to. I'm not too concerned with Justin Rose's round. I think he had 2 chip-ins, but he's been playing so well. He's a full week guy, and he's in contention. I think he can actually play better tomorrow. He may not have the chip-ins, but he can still shoot 3 or 4 under par, which would be pretty good. So he would be a spin-up I would look to do. Aberg, obviously, been – I don't tout the young guys. I don't tout the college guys very often, but the dude is impressive. He's really been good, and definitely want to jump on him early. And the dude played extremely well off the tee. I think he left a lot out there. If he can clean up his approach play, he'll have he could break the slate, to be honest. I mean, the dude completely dominates it off the tee, and it's really just a matter of, like, can he get enough really good close looks and shoot like 6 or 7 under par? And I think he could do that. Ryan Moore, he actually popped for me. I didn't play him this week, but he popped for me a little bit, and I couldn't buy into it. So I think I might try some Ryan Moore, and then Batia, like you said. So those are the main guys that I would look to. I think Pendrith, I guess I talked about for the full week, but I'm fine with just letting that ride. But a lot of the other guys, I don't think I need to chase. Cody Gribble, Warinsky, Harry Hall, James Hahn. I'm gonna sit it out. But yeah, those guys that I mentioned are perfect.
Yeah, for sure. I think my favorite guys would be Akshay, Novak, Tarrant right there.
You gotta play Aberg.
Yeah, Aberg's definitely.
You gotta play Aberg.
He goes out in the afternoon, though. I'm trying to limit.
Well, I mean, yeah,
that's guys as I can.
That's tough, but I guess if I have the salary, I'm not too concerned with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can build a 8K team fairly easily, even using a lot of AM guys. There's a ton at -1 that are going out early tomorrow. I think are great plays as well for the price there as well. Yeah, Aberg's definitely a guy in contention to look at. Yeah,
and there's plenty of other top guys that may have looked similar tee to green and left some strokes out there on the greens, but it is nice on like a newer golf course to see guys putt decent. As weird as that sounds, so it's just like birdies. Like sometimes there's birdie regression. Sometimes guys just make a lot of birdies and they keep making a lot of birdies. It's more of like negating the bogey. So you sometimes not necessarily chasing good putting is the way to go, but sometimes just looking at guys that putt well. I mean, how often can't even think of a good one in the past. Like, this guy gained 3 strokes tee to green and he lost the stroke putting. You play with Showdown, and then he lost the stroke putting again. Got to play him again. And a year later, he's lost the stroke putting every single round, but like 2. So sometimes you just got to play the guys that are good. And Aberg, I think, is good.
Yeah, you got to love how Aberg finished as well. He birdied 16, 17, and 18 to finish there. He gets him in at -3. So he's got good mojo carrying over into tomorrow's round. So
just driving it just seems like driving it on this golf course sets it up so well. And like he is long and he hit a lot of fairways. So like I would just make the argument like if these guys are laying back to hit a lot of fairways and he's also bombing it and hitting a lot of fairways, then I would be scared. I would be scared to fade that. So
Eric Cole's right there too. $200 more than Aberg. They both shot -3. Cole had a double bogey though, which kind of held him back, and he made par on the easiest hole on the course. He actually parred two of the 3 par 5s. He parred, so I think Cole kind of left some out there as well. If you're looking for
it's a good course for Cole, yeah, I think it's a good course for Cole. It's not like Honda from the trouble aspect, but it's definitely more position off the tee, which seems to be a thing that he gravitates to. And like you don't have like if the scoring stays like this, 4 under par, being a good score for Showdown, I mean that's right in his wheelhouse. He doesn't have to shoot 62. He just go out and shoot 68 or 60, 69, 67 and be in good shape.
Yeah, for sure. There, the Ryan Moore name is interesting as well. He's a guy that just kind of tends to pop out of nowhere at times. Made 5 birdies today, 2 bogeys, left it out there on some of the easiest holes too. I parred hole 7 to par 5, and then he parred 18. I'm not sure what. Looks like he got out of position off the tee or something on 18, and then lost a half a stroke around the green there. So he must have had a bad chip on 18 as well to make par there. So yeah,
and like I'm totally cool if like people want to sit it out on Ryan Moore. I just remember looking at him this week and like, no, there's no shot I'm playing Ryan Moore. So if I see a little bit of a sign from him, I'm gonna jump on it. So yeah, it's kind of like my personal bias of my full week teams. Looking at him, not playing him, and now I want to, kind of double down, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. There, Todd, did we miss Todd? There's a question here. Did you like Todd? I don't know if we've gotten to him yet.
Yeah, he was up at, I assume Brendan Todd. He was up at
Brendan. -4. Yeah, he goes out at 7:55 p.m. So that's a good tee time.
As an AM guy, he's fine. I think there's other guys that have more upside, I guess, from a birdie standpoint.
Yeah,
he just never strikes me as a guy that can capitalize on opportunities. He just kind of like, I don't know, 400 might be a ceiling on this type of golf course. He gained 3 strokes putting.
Yeah, he was break even with the irons and off the tee. So if he doesn't bring that 3-4 strokes gained with the short game tomorrow, it could be interesting. But I think he's an interesting option going out early if you want there. And then Jason Graham asked about Cole. Yeah, we kind of hit on Cole there a little bit. We both like him going forward to tomorrow as well. If anybody else has any questions in the chat, throw them in there. We'll answer them as we go through. And we'll dive into this -2 range here now. We've got 6 or 7 guys here in this -2 range. A couple guys going out early. Sam Bennett, the amateur there, -2, 9 a.m. for him. Nate Lashley is a guy I like. I was on him for the main slate. In 20 max, I had him in the pool there. 8:28 tee time for him. Shot 2 under today in the PM. Tommy Fleetwood's right here. CT Pan was a name that was kind of popping for me this week on the models and such. I didn't play him, but he shot well today in the morning, -2 for him. And then like Russell Knox and Peter Malinetti are both going out in the afternoon as well. So really only 2 guys in this range are going out in the morning, and Sam Bennett and Nate Lashley. Anything for you here in -2 range?
Yeah, I think really just Nate Lashley is the main guy. I mean, obviously, when you talk about like the good players in a field, there's really never a reason to fade Fleetwood. It would be like if Scheffler was in the afternoon.
Yeah,
we got horns honking. That's not good. So Lashley would be the guy. I'm fine with Bennett too. I recall at the NCAA championship, I think he shot like 75, 76, 75, 74. Just didn't play well. So he looks like he played pretty solid today, tee to green, but I'm still on like a wait and see approach with Sam Bennett as of now. So, but yeah, Lashley is probably my go-to in this range.
Yeah, Lashley is definitely my favorite option in this range. It's the $7,400 price tag is just too nice for him. He's been playing good recently too. He's been consistently inside the top 40 over the last couple of months. So I think he's a guy that can go out there and shoot -2 again. And for the price range, that's going to be just enough, I think. definitely won't kill you with another like -2 type round for him tomorrow. And this -1 range we can get into now. This is a big boy range. We've got, and there's got to be 30, 35 guys in this range. Yeah, it looks like there's 33 guys in this range. My guy, I kind of talked up with this Jake Knapp. He was the guy I've been kind of watching on the Corn Ferry over the last couple of months. He played all right out there today. Shot -1, 3 birdies, 2 bogeys. Left a lot out there on the par 5s as well. So I think he's a guy that can definitely improve, especially on hole 18. He made par there. Par 12 as well. The back 9 is a gettable round too. That's the 9 where you need to be scoring on. Some of these other guys in this -1 range, a lot of like mid-tier guys I like. Meronk -1 goes off at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Hadwin 744, shot 1 under. Svensson shot 1 over. He could bounce back. He had a couple of rough holes out there today. I think he could be an interesting bounce back candidate there. Goes off at 744. I guess he's a +1, so that isn't our range. But Vincent Norman was a soldier this week. I really like Norman. Again, going into tomorrow. Goes off at 9:01 tomorrow. Shot 1 under. Really battled strong today and kind of came through there towards the end of the round. Makes birdie on 17 and 18 after not so good round, but was able to cap it off with a couple birdies coming in to get to -1 in the red figures. What's sticking out to you here mainly on this -1 range?
What's Son Yono's tee time tomorrow?
Let me find him. Is he? I gotta find him.
You might just have to type in NOH. Because he was a guy I brought up on the Tuesday show as a cheap guy, and
there he is. Yeah, 1:54 p.m.
Yeah, so that kind of stinks.
Yeah, 7K ain't bad though.
No, it's not. I mean, I have him. I have exposure for the full week. It's just, yeah, like I said, I always look for the guys that I played and see how they did first, and then I move off of them if I need to. But yeah, I think you hit on the high points. Doug Gim this week in general, so like I would still go back to him again, like 4 strokes around the green. No, he lost 3 strokes. No, I got it right. He gained 3 strokes around the green, lost a stroke and a half on putting. So I still like going back to Doug Gim. Vincent Norman. Let's see. I'm fine with Jake Knapp. I'm not high on him, but he has been playing pretty well in the Corn Ferry Tour. And I think that's pretty much it. I think Cameron Young's going to be like 35% owned probably, is my guess. And then Meronk is cool too. Yeah. I like Meronk.
Yeah, Cameron Young's definitely going to be popular once again tomorrow. Has the early tee time. Is a fine guy there.
I mean, statistically speaking, he checks all the boxes that everyone wants to play. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I didn't play him on the main slate, so I kind of hope he curb stomps here and misses the cut. Yeah,
well, he's a good example. He's a good example of like, yeah, he checks all the boxes. Oh yeah, he's hitting it good. Driving it well. I could argue he didn't drive it too straight. Maybe that hurt him a little bit. But like overall, he gained strokes tee to green in every category. He lost 2.5 strokes putting. He could just lose 2.5 strokes putting tomorrow. Like. That just happens. It doesn't always regret. So, yeah, I think he's going to be extremely popular. So I would be fading it for Showdown. I'm not going to buy into the chalk for a single round sample.
Yeah, he never putts well either. Like the last 2 months,
terrible.
Ever since the Masters. Yeah, I was surprised how popular and how much he was getting steamed up coming into the league because he hasn't been hitting his irons good. He hasn't been hitting it good off the tee, and his putting and short game has just been absolutely atrocious over the last couple of months. So once again today, it's like Scheffler there. He's losing 2.5 strokes about every round. He did putt a little better on the back 9 today, so I guess that could be something good for him. And the other Young, he was another soldier, Carson Young.
Carson, yeah.
Shot 1 under tomorrow or today with 5 birdies, 4 bogeys. So he had quite a sloppy card there. Does go out in the afternoon tomorrow. He lost 2.5 strokes around the green today, but gained 3 putting. So it was kind of a wild day for him. I probably won't be on him in Showdown tomorrow as he goes off too late for me tomorrow. I think he goes off at like 2 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah, 2:16 tomorrow. So That's a little too late for me. But yeah, I think we're pretty much right on. I think my favorite guy would probably be probably Vincent Norman. I'd probably roll with him again. I was on him for the main slate heavy, and he ended strong, so I like him at 7,700. It's pretty cheap. Kuchar's there too. He goes out early, shot 1 under. Austin Smotherman shot 1 under, goes out early. Aaron Badley's kind of been playing decent lately. He goes off at 7-11, shot 1 under. So there's definitely a lot of names going out early. Doug Gim, like you said, Adam Hadwin. So definitely a lot of options for people here in this -1 range. There should be with how many guys. There's 33 guys or whatever in this range. But we can dip down into the even par range now. I think there's a few guys that could be looked at here for a kind of like bounce back rounds. I really like Michael Kim tomorrow. He shot even today. He really battled out there to shoot that shoot that even par round. I was pulling up his scorecard there. He started out really good, goes birdie out of the gates, and then 4, 5, and 6 he played at 5 over, but he buckled down, battled back strong, and didn't make a bogey the rest of the way with 3 birdies. He even left some out there on the par 5s as well. So I think Michael Kim is probably my favorite option here in this this even par range. You got like Hatton's there too. Lowry's there. I really like Lowry. He's going out early, 9,200. He's a guy you can start your builds with. If you don't want to play in those studs going out in the afternoon, you can plug in Lowry at 9,200, 7:55 tee time. Anything from this even par round for you? Mike Weir even shot even today.
Yeah, don't play Mike Weir. I got 2 tee time questions for you. One is Harrison Endicott.
205.
And the other is 205. Damn, I keep getting all the PM guys. And then Lee Hodges. When's Lee Hodges going?
Lee Hodges goes off at 1:32 p.m.
I might just have to stack the PM, and you just stack the AM, and we'll just share.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
We can play our guy Kevin Stadler there, 6,100. He goes out in the morning.
No shot. No Kevin Stadler. When's the last time he's even played? Like AT&T Pebble Beach, like 2018?
Yeah, I'm not sure. how he even got into this event.
Yeah, no kidding. How did you get that sponsor's invite? Yeah, I think you hit on the good one. Shane Lowry, that's a perfect one to play. The ones I mentioned are fine with their PM. So if the listeners want to go off the PM, that's the issue. But yeah, my favorite. Yeah, Michael Kim and Shane Lowry probably be the 2.
Yeah, for sure. I think they're guys that may go a little under the radar. Only shooting even par today, but they go out in the morning, so definitely like that. We can kind of group. I don't really like playing too many guys in this over par range. We can kind of group the +1s and the +2s together if you want. Sam Burns, this guy at 1 over. He's got some pretty high birdie upside. Goes off at 7:33 tomorrow. Him and Sahith Theegala are both in that 9K and plus range, that expensive tier. They both go out 7:33 tomorrow. They both shot 1 over today. It could be upside birdie plays there if you want. There should be lower owned there as well. Adam Svensson's another guy that was kind of catching some steam coming into the week. He shot 1 over, goes out early tomorrow. What's sticking out to you here? +1, +2 range. There's not too much as we kind of get down the leaderboard. The further we get.
Like I said, I think the big thing here is guys that drove it poorly. They really struggled. One guy that didn't drive it poorly but putted really, really poorly is David Lipsky. So I want to bring him back up. I don't know what his tee time is, but I'm willing to double down on Martingale David Lipsky for my full week teams.
7:22.
When is it?
7:22 a.m. Yeah, he shot 3 over.
I got an AM finally.
There you go.
So David Lipsky, the things that stick out to me, I think ball striking wise off the tee will stand out to most people. He lost almost 4 strokes putting. He basically hit all but 1 fairway, and he hit all but 4 greens. So Lipsky.
That's what he played the par 5s at today.
2 over?
2 over. He doubled hole 12 and parred 18 and 7. So he played the par 5s at 2 over.
Yeah.
Definitely could get 2 back on those 3 holes at least tomorrow.
Yeah. He must have three-putted too. He hit a bad approach and then three-putt. He lost a stroke putting on that one hole. And he lost a
That's
stroke
wild.
putting on 9. So yeah, he putted pretty poorly. So I would want to jump back on Lipsky there. I I'd hate to do it, but I probably if we went down a little bit further, a similar one would be Nick Taylor. Nick Taylor drove it okay and putted completely terrible. So there's not a lot of guys that shot +2 or worse. That there, I mean, there's none that I want to go play. Michael Block is not DFL, so that's cool. But
what did he shoot?
he shot +5.
Ooh, rough day there, Michael Block.
His world-class irons only lost 4 strokes on approach.
Ooh.
So
if he can only hit the ball as far as Rory.
Yeah, he could probably lose more strokes because you'd be closer to the hole and you lose more strokes when you hit it bad. Yeah, I think that's really it. The guy, like I said, first thing I look at is guys that I wanted for the full week that look good, and Lipsky is a guy that stands out to me. Like ball striking wise, I don't think it'll pop necessarily from a strokes game, but man, if you hit every fairway and you're hitting almost every green, you're bound to turn around at some point. It may not be tomorrow, maybe he misses the cut, but I would want to be on Team Lipsky tomorrow to find out. Yeah,
for sure. I definitely think he's a great last guy in or something like that for like that large field tournament or something. Nobody's gonna play. Maybe like 1% owned, and definitely
exactly. Yeah. But what was he? I mean, I don't know what his ownership was for the full week, but it had to be like 10x that. I mean, it had to be 10%.
It was probably, it had to have been close to double digits, I'm sure. I have it somewhere in Discord. I just don't have it pulled up right now. But
that's all right. I'm just saying, you go from 10%. We've seen that a ton. And I know a lot of sharp guys talk about that. You see a guy that's 25%, and then like the next day, because he played poorly or looks like he played poorly, he's 2.5%. Like he literally lost 100% of his ownership in one round. So not to say always chase like the ownership drops, but you'd be surprised. I think guys are pretty sharp on ownership when they like where guys shake out for ownership, and if you see a large drop in ownership, that's probably a good sign. Like Colin Morikawa, I think last week he was 30% or something, and then he dropped to 10% for Showdown. So like those are the type of opportunities that you can find for these guys that look like they played bad. Yeah, definitely. I think we broke it down pretty good there, starting from the top, getting down to these overpar guys. Generally don't like to play that many guys that didn't play good, but like a David Lipsky or something like that is definitely in consideration here. I've got the playbook up over on Run Pure Sports right now. The core plays will be coming on up momentarily as well. I've got the expensive tier, mid-tier, cheap tier, golfer notes for every player in every section there, and then a slate strategy at the bottom. So head on over, use that promo code SUMMER33 to get that 33% off, including SaberSim, and hit the like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's give the people here a little core as we get on out. You can go first. We'll just go. We'll give the guys a 4-man core for tomorrow since we got some good mojo rolling. All right, I'll go first. Let's see here. I'd probably say, I mean, do you want to stack AM? Do we want to just try to work together and stack? I mean, I don't mind any of the studs up top, but generally, I think a lot of value guys, I'll try and jam the AM guys. I think that's generally been profitable over the long term. Yep, no, that makes sense. I guess I'd start with Lashley. I guess he would be a cheap one that gives you some flexibility. I like that. I'll go with Big Shane. We had a question in the chat there as well. Could he make enough birdies tomorrow? I think so. I hope so. We're gonna throw him in the core. I think he's my favorite guy. 9K and over for the upside and such. So 9-2 still allows a lot of flexibility for us there. I'm going to go with Lowry to shoot -4 tomorrow or somewhere around there, hopefully. Okay. Let's go with. I don't have the tee times pulled up on this sheet, so you'll have to spot check me when I throw out a name here. I'm trying to think of a guy mid-range. Like I don't really want to spend up at this stage.
Looks like guys like Baron, Cadwin, Svensson, Kim, Norin are in that kind of mid-range there. Akshay Bahia, 75.
I think Michael Kim would be the guy I would go to.
Yeah, I like him.
He's been playing so good. I would feel pretty comfortable with that over like Hadwin, and even Moron's been playing good. But European Tour is not always the same. It doesn't always feel the same. I guess it's still good golf.
Yeah, let's roll with Kim, and then we'll just round it out with I like Norman tomorrow, 7,700 -1. End of the day, birdie. He's got some good mojo heading over. So that's going to leave a ton of flexibility there. 9,200, 8K, 7,700, and then 7,400. You're going to have well over, probably close to 9K for your remaining two guys. So you can go up, you can go mid-tier, you can do whatever pretty much you want to fill out this core there. So I think it's a pretty solid AM stat core there for the people. Any final thoughts for you as we kind of get out of here then, Drew?
Who's your favorite PM guy? You gotta say it.
Probably Corey Connors.
Oh, you're supposed to say Abert, but
oh yeah.
That's fine. No final thoughts. No, probably a good slate to leave some salary. And like I said, go down the board and look for guys that were probably popular in the main slate, didn't play too well, and that's a good leverage spot.
Yeah, for sure. So that'll do it for us tonight. I'll have the showdown play up. We'll have the core plays funnel in. We'll be in Discord chat as always, answering any questions you guys have. So fire them away in there. Tag me or Drew or any coordinators for that fact. Get your questions in for tonight. Round 2 showdown teeing off in the morning. But that's gonna do it for us tonight. We appreciate you guys for watching as always, and always run pure.